Now, the Silk Brass Band from Macclesfield is making the journey to Ypres later this year to play the last post at the Meningate Memorial in Belgium.
But while they were planning their trip to pay their respects to the men who were killed in the Great War, they discovered the name of a soldier from the town which isn't on the memorial, but who's buried a few miles away. Eunice Muller has the story.
The Silk Brass Band has always proudly honoured the men who have died in battle. But on a trip to Belgium in August, the band wanted to also commemorate local soldiers from Macclesfield who had lost their lives. That's when Stephen came across the name of Corporal James Slack.
He wasn't commemorated on the Meningate, but he actually has a grave. He was killed about 3 or 4 miles out of Ypres. And so I thought, it would be great if we could go along and actually go to his grave and get our principal cornet player, Ben, to play the last post.
He was 24, but was killed by a shell on the 25th of August, 1917.
The date that we are participating in the last post ceremony is the 25th of August 2019, so 102 years to the day. It just feels as though it was meant to be.
All families who lost a loved one during the war received this memorial plaque.
The band traced surviving family who themselves had to previously cancel a trip to Belgium 2 years ago because of illness. Have you been there? Have you been before?
I've never been, no.
So this would be the first time?
It's the first time, so far as I'm aware, it's the first time any member of the family has been able to go over there.
Very little is known about Corporal Slack, only that he was a grocer and served with the Yorkshire Regiment.
When I asked who it was, I was only told, oh, that's your Uncle Jim, and he was killed in the war. And nobody seemed to really want to talk about it. He was, as they always say, an ordinary man doing extraordinary things.
We're very, very close to our community, and so we're trying to keep that heritage alive, and by doing things like this, we're hoping that we'll continue to tell that story.
Later this week, some of the band will be going to Ypres to plan the journey and help them prepare to remember a local hero. Eunice Muller, BBC North West Tonight, Macclesfield.
Amazing, isn't it? And the stories that you find out about the family that members of your family that maybe you didn't know. You might remember last week we showed you a spoon that had been found in Italy. We could have developments on that as well, which are quite interesting.